Ole Miss's schedule, as released by the SEC last night, they open with Georgia State. That replaces the road game at Southern Cal. Then they go to Kentucky in week 2.
You will know this year with Ole Miss. We didn't really know after the four non-conference games. You didn't really know what that team was. You will know right away. Week 2, you will know.
There will be no time to get fat and happy the way they did after 4 games this past season. Austin Simmons' first road start will be in week 2, which is probably good, I think. But either way.
Yeah.
So Georgia State week 1 at Kentucky week 2, a trio of home games, Arkansas, Tulane, and LSU back to back to back.
If Tulane still had Mensa, I think that I gotta know what Tulane does at quarterback, because Summerall's a good coach. Mm-hmm. He'll have his team ready to play.
They'll be tough.
They'll have a chance in that game. But if Mensa was there, I might tell you right now that they would be favored in that game.
What?
They might be a small, because you don't know what you don't know what Ole Miss is yet. They might be like a 1-point favorite.
Come on.
That's a 9-win team returning a lot.
Ole Miss is a 9-win team.
But they're not returning as much.
Tulane is going to be a road favorite in the SEC against a team that
small favorite.
Come on.
Small favorite.
Yeah, a small favorite to cover a 20-point spread. Open date. So their open date comes after LSU and before Washington State, who replaces Wake Forest, who quit on that series.
2 years in a row, Ole Miss's bye week is after LSU.
Yeah.
Kind of weird.
You would have preferred that bye week come after Washington State, where they go to Athens. So Georgia State, at Kentucky, Arkansas, Tulane, LSU, open date, Washington State, at Georgia, at Oklahoma in consecutive weeks. That's tough.
That's your season right there. That's where, is Ole Miss a bowl team or are they a playoff contender team? You find out there in those 2 games.
I'll add one more. It's these 3, at Georgia, at Oklahoma, South Carolina at home.
2-1, you can be in the mix.
You can be a playoff team.
1-2, probably not.
They get with all due respect to the troops at the Citadel, which, by the way, it's a little bit different at the Citadel. You don't have to serve after college. It is a military school. They do all the same things that the West Point guys do, but you're not required service. Little fun fact for you. But with all due respect to them, you get kind of a bye week before Florida. So after South Carolina, it's the Citadel. And then you host Florida. Then there's the open date. And then the Egg Bowl in Starkville. So 8 home games for Ole Miss this year.
Yeah. The Egg Bowl bye week thing is fun. We just, that gives us 2 full weeks. You realize that who does State play the week before? Missouri, right? State plays Missouri. Ole Miss plays Florida. When those 2 games end, we have 2 weeks of Egg Bowl here in the state of Mississippi.
It's exciting.
We'll come in on Monday. We'll recap everything that happened in Columbia, Missouri, and in Oxford. And then we are going to do basically 10 days of Egg Bowl.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
That's I like this as well. I like the 2 bye weeks. I just wish it would stay. I want it to stay permanently for a lot of reasons. But, yeah, I mean, this schedule for Ole Miss, look, it's an opportunity. We still don't know who's going to be on the team yet.
Right.
We don't know who's going to be the quarterback. It's going to be Austin Simmons.
It's going to be Austin Simmons. We know that. I think we do know that.
But you don't know who his wide receivers are going to be. They're bringing one in on a visit right now, and if they're able to get him, then you've got him and Caden Lee, and I would assume Cunningham's going to play a big role. But, I mean, you don't know yet who the entire complement of weapons is going to be. You don't know yet who's going to be starting on the defensive line. You know your 2 linebackers. That should make you feel really good. You don't know yet what your secondary is going to be, and so on and so forth. So projecting record on this is a little bit silly. But as we sit on December 12th, you don't hate this schedule. You don't hate the draw you got. You got to go to Georgia, but it's the SEC. You're going to have to either go to Georgia or Texas or Alabama or somewhere. You like the way it sets up. I think you like avoiding the 4 non-conference games in a row which means you would have to play 8 SEC games in a row. You get a natural break with the Citadel in there. Washington State at home. Now, I mean, it's not a walkthrough, but you like that in that spot as opposed to something more. It sets up nicely if they're able to build the roster the way they think and have another competitive team that can be in the mix again if they're able to get the right guys in and they gel and do all the stuff.
So are you ready to do the thing where we look at each